Going on to you Virgos out there? Hope y'all are having a great day. So for you Virgos, you have the Seven of Wands, the Star, and you have the Eight of Swords. So the Seven of Wands speaks to whenever it is that I get the seven of anything, it usually speaks to things being unfair, right? Waiting for things to actually happen for you, but things are just unfair. So there's a sense of you, right, with the Seven of Wands, first card out. This is a sense of how you Virgos, honestly, what I'm really seeing here is that a lot of you Virgos are learning how to be rebels, truth be told. Because a lot of you Virgos are realizing that, like, the value that you Virgos bring to the table, people don't give it to you, nor are they even trying to give it to you back. And that, truth be told, when it comes to friends, family, and even romantic interests, people aren't going the extra mile for you the way that you did for them, right? You actually done it. And a lot of you Virgos are not holding it as a personal grudge, but at the same time, you Virgos are learning how to not be used like pawns, because the Seven of Wands represents, like I said, the unreciprocated love, the unrequited love, right? Like you didn't actually get the love that and the consideration that you Virgos would give to another person. They would give off such a good impression at first, but again, talk is cheap. So when it became time for them to actually show and prove what they was talking about, their words and their actions are juxtaposed. They don't match with one another, right? They're in contrast and not similarities. So, as a result of that, you Virgos had to overcome this disappointment, right? And the thing is that the Star card and the Eight of Swords is about how you Virgos are, you would like to meet someone brand new, but at the same time, excuse me, you would like to meet someone brand new, but at the same time, right, you also understand that as you're dating, or you're willing to date, or as you put yourself out here, getting to know other people, you Virgos are going to still have to be on your P's and Q's and be mindful at the fact that, there's a lot of bums out here. There's a lot of parasites. There's a lot of real, like, bums, people who not only are they bumming up off of you and anyone else that they can bum off of, but they're doing it disrespectfully on top of all of that. So a lot of you are understanding that, again, the Star card and the Eight of Swords, you're going to have to learn to walk away from a lot in general. You're going to have to do way more walking away than you will staying. Because remember, there's only one person who you stand with, but there's many people who you're going to have to walk away from. Because a lot of people don't really take life as seriously as they should. And they don't understand that there's consequences behind being disrespectful and then trying to see how disrespectful you can become, and then on top of that, bragging about it. So a lot of the times, right, how you Virgos are giving people consequences is to stay away from them. Because a lot of you figure, you know what? A hard head gonna make a soft butt. They're gonna have to learn the hard way because they hard-headed. And the thing about it is that the King of Swords and the World right here is about how you Virgos can see the bigger picture, because because I'm a Virgo myself, us as Virgos, we have had to deal with any wise Virgo who understands what's going on in their surroundings and understand themselves. They know that we've had to deal with consequences at a very young age. There was no time in which we really got to be like little ones like that. That we really had to grow up very quickly. So as a result of us having to grow up quickly, right, we understood the power of consequences and the severity of consequences. And one of those things is us as Virgos understanding that we have to respect people and we have to respect their boundaries. So the King of Swords in the world right here is about how, so this is why it is that we as Virgos, we just don't, like, a lot of times we can come off as disrespectful sometimes. It's because, you know, and I'm not even saying that we should do it, but sometimes we could come off disrespectful because we know the truth of the situation. And the truth is that sometimes the impression that people give off is not who they actually are once we understand more about who they are and who we are. So the King of Swords in the world represents, we're also protecting ourselves. That's another reason too why the Eight of Swords came up. It's because of the fact that we're walking away from being disrespected and treated like trash, you know? So because of that, the Page of Swords and the Three of Swords represents, like I've been talking about, you know, people are going to have to actually step to us correctly. You know, otherwise, we're going to essentially ghost real quick. We're going to leave them alone really quick. You know, the Page of Swords speaks to, because we, you know what I'm saying? Like we get, as a Virgo, right? Like we get so much, we don't get a whole lot in relationships, but we get mad problems and stress and issues from the person. But we get little to nothing that we be wanting in relationships. Like, what part of the game is that? So on top of being useless to us, the person is going to add stress and be disrespectful, and we're not even getting anything that we want. This is why us as Virgos, we're doing our thing, and we're picking and choosing. We're like, look, this is dating a la carte. Only what it is that us as Virgos we want, and none of the things that we don't want. Because this is how messed up dating has become for a lot of us. But this gives us power, because what this says is us putting in the work for years, nobody can step to us, especially if you really have been putting in the work. Nobody can step to us and be like, oh, I deserve this. You don't deserve anything unless I give it to you. Stop playing. And if you could leave if you want. It's your right to leave. But if you leave, you leaving for good, because I'm not allowing you to come back through that door. So think about that situation, right? And they'll play like they intelligent and then they got it. Okay. Now, right, then when they get their goofy behinds in the situation, try to come back to you, Virgos, you're like, some of you just silent and you don't say anything, and some of you are like, what did I tell you? Don't you bring your goofy behind over here. The answer is no. I'm not helping you, but it's going to be fun watching you. Oh, but I need help. And maybe you didn't hear me. I said, you're not welcome here. I said, leave. You didn't hear me. I don't care what it is that you just said. So that's how the cookie be crumbling sometimes for some people, you know, because that's how it is that that's how it is that things be working. Because if you are a Virgo or a Scorpio, that's how things be working sometimes, right? Or if you are Virgo and you have Scorpio placements, that's how things be working. Because I realized that, right? When we engage with people as Virgos, right? And this goes for Scorpios too, if any of y'all are watching. Us Virgos, when we interact with people, right? They be reaching to have the upper hand because they in competition, right? And then time goes by where they break our heart, and then we don't care about them anymore. And then now we have the upper hand. And it's so wild how that dynamic works. It's like, why is it that I have to, like, why is it that Virgos we have to almost like break the people who we could potentially kick it with because they don't respect us. This be our love life. So the thing is that the Ten of Swords is about how and we've been here. We've experienced betrayal and heartbreak. And the things that the Queen of Swords and the Five of Wands represents, we know how serious, how quickly serious, how seriously, how quick things can seriously happen, right? So we understand that 1 minute is all fun and games until it's not. And because of it, that's given us Virgos a humongous advantage, a gargantuous advantage, a huge, insurmountable advantage over a lot of other people that we meet, because they don't understand their surroundings. They like playing these games. So when they thinking that they like playing these games, they think that they're untouchable for whatever delusional, reasons. Right? And when they thinking that, they think they could say whatever, right? Talk wild, say whatever, do whatever, and then there's no consequences behind it. And see, this is what you Virgos can't take. You Virgos, because you've probably more than likely been experiencing it since you were a little one, since you were a real young, since you were young. Some of you probably even in diapers, remembering having some of these memories. And now you've grown up in the cesspool and you're seeing it, and a lot of you Virgos are like, nah, you getting out of the cesspool. Like you're gonna date, but you're gonna date in a different pool. You're not finna date. You're not going to date in this pool that is a cesspool, because there's no point in it, right? It's boring to be it, literally, and I'm speaking as a Virgo myself. It is really boring to see one mode of person, one trying to get to know this person, one mode. They always playing games. They always trying to act like they bosses. They disrespectful. They can get you caught up. They not all the way upstairs. They like to put their hands on people. They like to tell people about what they're going to do. They get you caught up. That motif, that archetype, can't deal with that. Can't deal with that. I'm not, because I've seen it literally hundreds of times. It's like, yo, like, how many of y'all gonna move like this? You dig what I'm saying? Before y'all think of it as born. Literally the same thing. It's the same thing. They all like hot Cheetos. All of them like seafood boils and all this other type of stuff. A crab is an insect. Shellfish, I don't know if y'all knew this, but all shellfish are insects of the ocean. Now, granted, I'm still going to eat a crab. I'm still going to eat lobster. But make no mistake about it, those are roaches. If you don't believe me, any one of you Virgos can come to the comment section. Anybody can come to the comment section and ask me to provide some more evidence, and I'll show you the proof. Shellfish are bugs of the ocean. But the point that I'm trying to make here is they all have this same archetype. And a lot of us Virgos on either side, we can't deal with it anymore. We don't get it twisted. We can, okay? We still have the strength to do that, but we don't want to, because it's stupid. It's like imagine all these years we done lived it. We done seen this type of dysfunction for 10, 20, 30 years nonstop. And then we still, no matter how old we are, No matter how much time has passed by, still got to put up with that. We're going to be like, nah. You know? So a lot of us Virgos, this is why a lot of us are ghosting. This is why a lot of us are, yes, we're still getting to know people, but we're flying out because we see the muck. We see the mildew. We see the mold growing in the pool. We see it, right? Spiritually, we see it. Like, there's a lot of dysfunction that people literally, because they have problems, they want us to accept the fact that they're dysfunctional. So, and we're not doing it because we as Virgos, we have earned what we deserve. We have earned from our responsibilities and the fact that we had to grow up at a very young age. We have earned someone that will respect us and that wants to be in a peaceful relationship, because especially if us as Virgos, if you're doing it correctly, we're not looking to cause harm or hurt or, you know, dysfunction in our relationships. We're looking to contribute. We're looking to continue to give. We're looking to, as well as get. But we're also looking to give. Remember, us as Virgos, we can heal people based upon our love. We show love in healing individuals, right? But we realize that somewhere along the lines, we can't heal people if they're bruising themselves, right? It's like a person that will bruise themselves intentionally to go to the hospital or whatever to see the pretty nurse. At some point, we're going to be like, come on, yo, stop putting yourself in needless risk. So let's clarify the star card for us Virgos. Let's clarify the star card. The Nine of Cups, the World, the Strength, the King of Wands, and then we have the King of Cups. That's my point. Like, we're allowing people to be as delusional as what? There's going to be a lot of people out here who are poor and destitute, Virgo. Like, brace for it. You're starting to see it now. A lot of people are starting to get evicted. Excuse me. A lot of people are starting to get evicted from the place, their residence, the place where they live. Brace for it. And then what it is that you have here is the Strength and the King of Wands, which is don't communicate with dysfunctional people. Don't engage with dysfunctional people. Remain a ghost. The King of Cups represents how the more us as Virgos get out of the pool, the cesspool that is, and get into a clean pool, right? And begin to kind of talk to other people, right? In this pool party, right? The better off we are. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow. Right now, we're at 13,418. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Appreciate you.